Hi, Aries. Let's see what the universe is wanting to tell you. My readings are timeless. When you find them is when you're meant to hear the messages. So take what resonates, leave the rest. And if this reading doesn't resonate for you at all, don't try to make it fit. This is for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Cusp. But cross-watchers are welcome. And just know that I'm never going to contact you out of the blue and offer you any readings. Only scammers will do that. Spirit, what is coming in for Aries? Okay. First one out is V, victory in some endeavor. So there's a victory happening here. What else, Spirit? What else for Aries? What do they need to know? Show Aries what they need to know, Spirit. Okay, way too many. But we see fair woman dealing with a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. You could be the fair woman. There could be a fair woman in your energy. What else, Spirit? The Jug, but again, too many. Lighthearted, carefree time. You may be going into a period of a more lighthearted and carefree time in your life. The Lily, spiritual love. Spiritual love can talk about, a soulmate connection, although I will say that soulmates, we have many soulmates in this lifetime. Soulmates are people that we meet up with in this lifetime to work through karma, to work through lessons and teach them lessons. And so it could be a soulmate connection or a soulmate love here. But spiritual love can talk about becoming more spiritual, and it can also talk about loving ourselves. Spirit, what else? Giving to ourselves, nurturing ourselves. What else, Spirit? What else for Aries? The Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. You could be dealing with someone who's stubborn and aggressive. You could be being stubborn. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. There's a need to make some changes here, and you're going to need to use your intuition to do that. And that is important in some way to this reading, that you're needing to, make the beneficial changes here and use your intuition to do it. Spirit, show me victory. The V, victory in some endeavor. Why is that here? Show me the V, Spirit, for Aries. Strength. Leo energy with strength. And the Five of Wands. Seven of Cups. And the Six of Swords. So what I feel like is I do feel like you've been going through a difficult situation in your life here, where maybe there's a lot of conflict. This could be love, it could be family, it could be business. But I feel like you're just wanting to get away from that. You're just wanting to move forward in your life, have some changes in your life, beneficial changes, and you're wanting to get to better times. But you're confused. You may be confused about how you can do that. And I feel like you just keep going, you keep persevering and going forward, but you really do want to just get out of some kind of conflict-laden thing in your life. You want there to not be conflict. You want things to be better. Spirit, show me strength. Why is it here? Not necessarily that you want to leave behind the situation that you're in, but that you want things to not be full of conflict, full of issues. Spirit, show me strength. And for some of you, you may want to leave it behind. Nine of Cups, yeah. Wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. Five of Cups, sadness here with the Five of Cups. Sadness of what is not, because I feel like you want things to be better. You want happiness and to be in a happier space, but you're sad because you're not in that space. It's not happy. High Priestess, yeah. You're not listening to your intuition about the situation, and you need to start listening to your intuition. Pisces, Virgo energy with the High Priestess. There's a need to do that, to listen to your intuition here. about what is going to make you happy, and can you have it where you are, where this conflict is. Is there a way to resolve the conflict, or is there not? Is it not something you can resolve? Spirit, show me Nine of Cups. Why is Nine of Cups here? This is something that Spirit is letting you know with the V. You can have victory over this situation. You can be happy. You can. It may be that you have to leave behind a situation to get to that happiness, or there may be something that you can do to resolve conflict and be happy again. Spirit, show me Nine of Cups. And you need to listen to your intuition, because there's definitely changes that have to be made for that to happen. Spirit, show me Nine of Cups. Why is Nine of Cups here? The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you can. Five of Pentacles. We saw two fives. Five and five is 10. You have fives are change. Fives are about change. There's something that has to change so that you can no longer be sad over what, over no longer be sad, be able to be happy again, not feel this Five of Pentacles, this lack, and you can be in your Ten of Pentacles, having it all. Whatever having it all to you is, home, family, stability, security, generational wealth. You can get to this. This is within your grasp. And it could be that, there's something that this conflict can be resolved, but you have to make the change. You have to listen to your intuition here, go within, seek out the answers that you need to seek and figure out. But you need to figure out if it is possible to get to your Ten of Pentacles in this situation. Again, this could be love, it could be business, it could be family. But you need to first figure out if this is something that can be your Ten of Pentacles, your Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Is it something that you can even have with that? Because I don't feel like you're getting it from it now. Whether this is a job or love or family, whatever it is, you're not getting what you need. Spirit, show me Lily, spiritual love. You're not getting what you need in this connection, this job, this family dynamic. You're not getting it, and you need to figure out if you can even get it with this, with whatever you're in now. If it's something that you can fix, or if it's something that you cannot fix, and you're just going to always be sad and not happy. Spirit, show me Lily. Why is Lily here for Aries? The Page of Pentacles. And the Five of Swords. And we've got the third five. 555. Because there's changes here that you need to make for sure. The Page of Pentacles is getting a new plan together. It's a new plan. Look, Ace of Cups. There's blessings here. But you've got to get out of your own way with this. This Five of Swords, you could be very conflicted in your mind. You are dealing with a situation where there could be high conflict. It can be very difficult to make decisions or to see things clearly when you're constantly in conflict with something, or you have people you don't trust, people that maybe want to win at all cost, and no one's listening to each other. If you're not listening to one another, or they're not listening to you, but there's a blessing on the other side. But you need to come up with a new plan. Spirit, show me the Page of Pentacles. Show me, Spirit, the Page of Pentacles for Aries. The Two of Wands. Yeah, there's a crossroads here that you are at, or you will be at, where you need to make a decision. Nine of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, I'm going to go a little deeper. Nine of Wands. There's a decision that you need to make, and you need to be taking action on a new path here, or making a new plan and going in as this Knight of Cups. This is following your heart, taking action that follows your heart here. So, and I feel like with this Two of Wands, your intuition is already telling you which path to go. It's the one that is heart-centered. It's the one where your heart is telling you to go to. In the picture, we see that the lady already has her hand on one wand. She already knows which path to take here. And she's looking towards the future with this new path and letting something else in the past go for her. Because she already knows the right path. And it is the heart-centered path with the Knight of Cups. You need to take action down that path. you need to be the nine of wands. I think you already are the nine of wands energy, where you are feeling very wounded, like you keep persevering, you keep going, you keep doing what you have to do, you keep showing up, but you're really, really tired, and maybe you want to give up. But the message of the nine of wands is keep going, keep persevering. It may not be on the same path that you're on now, though. It may be a new path. It needs to be a new path, even if it's in the same place. You need to change things where you are, or you need to go down a whole new path. Spirit, show me two of wands, because you can't keep going down a path of conflict and sadness. Spirit, show me two of wands. Why is two of wands here? And I think you are getting spiritual love, because you really need to love yourself here. Love yourself enough to do what has to be done to be happy. Spirit, show me two of wands. Eight of Cups. You've got to walk away from something in your life to go towards happiness. The Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups here. Making that decision that you're going to go down the path that's going to make you happy, that's going to make your heart be happy, that's going to make you light up. Hangman, Pisces energy, and not be a martyr. Do not be a martyr here with the Hangman. This is doing whatever you have to do to keep other people happy, to keep the peace. But you don't owe it to anyone to keep the peace. If you can be happy where you are, and this, like I said, whether this is a relationship or this is a job or whatever, if you can be happy there, if the things that are happening for you can be resolved, if the conflict can be resolved and you can be happy, then that is perfectly acceptable for you to come up with a way to resolve the conflict and be happy. But the other person has to, or the other people, it doesn't have to be one person, it can be multiple people even, have to all come together and want to resolve it and make things better. It can't just be on you. You can't just martyr yourself for other people, because leaving would make them unhappy, would make it difficult for them. Spirit, show me the Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. Why is it here? Show me the Ram, Spirit, for Aries. Nine of Pentacles. And the World. Yeah, I do think you're Three of Cups. I do think that you are dealing with someone who, could be this Ram energy, stubborn, aggressive. I also think that you're stubborn. Okay, I think you're stubborn because you're being stubborn in this moment where you don't want to close out a cycle. You keep moving forward, and it's very, very, the Knight of Pentacles. He is very reliable. This is taking action. It's slow moving action, though. It's going very slowly. Okay, it's I think that you are trying to keep going, trying to keep showing up, like I said earlier, and doing what you have to do. But there's a cycle in your life that needs to close out. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to leave that situation, like I said earlier. But something about it has to close out. It has to end. You are dealing with someone who's either very stubborn or aggressive, that isn't going to maybe change. You need to be the change here. You need to change for you. Change things in your life. Close out cycles that need to close out so you can start a new cycle in your life. One where there's going to be a lot more happiness and community and getting along. Spirit, show me the Knight of Pentacles. And I just think you keep going, and it's very slow moving growth with the Knight of Pentacles because you're having to deal with a lot of conflict. Spirit, show me Knight of Pentacles, and why is it here? Show me Knight of Pentacles. Look at that, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Being sad, not being happy, being in the Five of Pentacles because it's something or someone or a job or a situation or a family or a lover, whatever this is, you have love for them. You have love for this dynamic, whatever this is, this person. There's love here, Queen of Cups. Unconditional, giving, unconditional love as the Queen of Cups. You could have water in your chart, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but you're not being happy. You're not filling your own cup. You're filling someone else's cup. You're filling other people's cup. You're not filling your cup. But you're not wanting to let go. Like I said, I feel like you're being stubborn here too, because you don't want to let go of a situation. And maybe you just need to look at it from a different perspective, but don't be a martyr. Don't be a martyr and keep dealing with someone who's not going to change, who's going to continue putting you in Five of Pentacles energy, being sad and in regret and sad over and not feeling like your cup is being filled. And in the Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck, it's not in this deck, but in the Rider-Waite deck, the person is walking away from 8 cups that are still standing. And when the cup is still standing, it is still full of emotion. And water in a tarot is emotion. And so they have emotion for what they're leaving behind, but they're going towards their wish fulfillment. Spirit, show me Five of Pentacles. Why is it here? I feel like you need to be that Queen of Cups for yourself. You need to start filling your own cup. Show me the Five of Pentacles. Disregard gender, by the way. There's no gender in tarot. We all have masculine, feminine energy within us. Show me the Five of Pentacles, Spirit. Why is it here? Ten of Cups. Because you just want to be happy. You just want to be happy. And you've got someone, look at that, Queen of Cups. You just want someone to feel your cup like you feel their cup. You know, you're giving. You're giving and giving and giving. You're not getting back in return what you're giving out. And tens of the very end of tarot, though, and they do make way for the new beginning. So there's a need here to let something go where you're not happy, you're not getting what you need, or you need to figure, if you can't figure out a way to fix it, and in order to fix it, it can't be just you. This person, these people, whoever, this job, whatever it is, it needs to get back. So you need to use your intuition here, listen to your higher self, make the changes you need. And I think it starts with this, spiritual love, you loving yourself, you giving to yourself. That could be the small step that you take right now. Start filling your own cup, stop filling other people's cups. Spirit, give me an oracle card for guidance until they start filling your cup back. Don't give. Spirit, give me an oracle card for guidance. What guidance do you have for Aries? What guidance do you have for Aries? Trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the universe. Empowerment. Yeah, you need to empower yourself here for sure. And I think that like I said, that's going to start with you giving to yourself. You know, stop giving so much to others who aren't giving back and start giving to yourself. Spirit, give me an oracle card for guidance for Aries. What guidance do you have for them? That's entirely too many. I do see full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. That is a sign. Embrace the flow of life. Go with the flow of life. You know, don't try to go against it. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. And on the bottom of the deck, the last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. 100%. It's time to love yourself. It's time to give to yourself. It's time to nurture yourself. Okay, Aries, I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you did, please like the video.